What happens if you pause time and then you die while time is paused?
Oh no. I have the feeling that this
Oh.
one is going a little bit too deep.
Oh.
Hello,
Wait.
and welcome to the AWKWARDCast, where AMY and Keyframe wonder about random drivel.
Hi, Malik. How are you?
She just say, hi, Malik, how are you?
Hi.
My brain.
Yes,
What?
welcome, my nephew and godchild.
Hi there.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, tapping back in. Yes.
It doesn't shock me because I've seen Malik. So
Wait,
like,
you have seen Malik? Are you stalking my family now?
if stalking
you
means
actually
you've
have...
sent me, you've texted me videos of your family saying hi to me. Yes.
And yeah, that, and you actually have me on Facebook and stuff. So yeah.
I mean, I don't go on Facebook.
Yeah, and I don't post anything on Facebook.
No,
so
I did. No, I mean, I just have this specific memory of you going to see your family, and you just texted me a video on WhatsApp of your nephew saying, "Hi, Chrissy,"
Aww.
like in the most like, "Oh, my uncle's forcing me to do
yeah,
this."
Okay. but you even remembered him with name and everything.
Oh yeah, I love your family. I remember your mom saying on the phone that I have a very sympathetic voice, and I still am not exactly sure what that means.
Well, this was before you went 24/7 ASMR voice.
Yeah.
Oh. But yes.
Though the A in awkward now stands for ASMR.
Oh,
oh, we killed JerBear! Our guest for today! Transition halfway, kind of, I guess.
We haven't had Jer on for a year. That's when Max decided, you know what would be good? Let's usurp it by exploiting my godson.
I can't believe that it's been a year. It doesn't seem like it. I still remember.
It was in
how
July
that last
as well.
went.
Also,
seriously?
Yeah, it was later in July, so that is how I know that it was almost a year. But yeah, how many years time is this?
I think this is my third time.
Third, yes.
Third. Okay, excellent. Yeah, so for the third time, and within the year of his last appearance, once again, JerBear! Yay! So, but yeah, since people now only know that you have been here 3 times and probably forgot everything you told us a year ago, so please remind us, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
Hi there, everyone. My name is JerBear. I go by JerTheMusicBear or JerTheGamingBear. I'm just a bear that likes to have fun, make music, play games, hopefully make people smile, and just try to brighten up everyone's day just a little bit more. And the one thing that stands me apart from everyone is I have a giant tennis racket. And you do not.
True. It is a very true statement. And I found a piece.
I'm glad that you're here, Jer. You're always a delight when you're on.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. It's always it's always been an awesome experience to be part of this.
Aww.
I was able to get a quick glance of Jer in the wild at MomoCon, but it was MomoCon, so everyone was moving like 50 fucking miles an hour, so I didn't get to see anyone.
Wait, this MomoCon?
Yeah.
I didn't go to the MomoCon.
Oh, there was someone who claimed to be. There was someone who claimed to be you.
Wait, what?
What? This escalated quickly.
Wait, really?
Yeah, someone was like, Jer is in the Nerdcore house, and it's like, I don't think that's true.
Oh,
he would have said hi.
Okay, no, I was supposed to be, but I had to bail out last minute because I couldn't afford the traveling.
Oh, that's sad.
You should have told me. I would have covered your travel.
No.
but also there's one fun thing. So if you actually go to Twitter and look for JerBear, you actually don't get him. You need to go for JerTheMusicBear. But you find out that there are like a dozen of JerBears, even on Twitter, where you have a unique name. So it could have been that it was not an imposter, but just one of the other many JerBears.
Maybe. There are a multitude of JerBears, but I am the only music bear.
That's
I feel like.
No
that's what stands me apart from the other ones.
Yeah.
When the other Jers see a guitar, they go, that would have been a scream, so I want you to imagine a scream, but I'm not doing that.
It was an ASMR screen.
Don't stop it! I swear to God.
Oh, ASMR swearing.
Oh my gosh.
If my channel wasn't already R-rated, I would have to do it now. I mean, adult rate. The stream. You do a thing on the stream and adult. Anyway.
The stream's a mess.
It's going fantastic.
I'm glad you think so.
What is
But
going?
Jer, what have you been up to recently, Jer? It's been a while. Please do tell.
Most recent thing for me is for a bit of nostalgia and kind of an good but also not good addiction is I've been doing a lot of Pokemon Legends Arceus. I ended up not playing this game when it got released just because, again, I couldn't really afford it. But then I got really lucky with my company being able to buy, like we have this redemption system for points, which we can spend on whatever we want. They happened to be selling Arceus, and as soon as I got it, I kind of got hooked on it. Like, the same as Friday Night Funkin' level hooked back the last time that I was on the podcast. It's just very nostalgic and just very time-consuming. It's just kind of like my go-to stress reliever game.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm very happy you found a go-to stress reliever game. I saw a video on Twitter of someone making a bad joke about what's brown and sticky, a stick, and then it just shows clips of them laughing at their own joke and them in the middle of a road, and then a car almost runs them over, and then the video gets
What?
Hold on, here.
I don't know if I wanna.
For your viewing later.
Oh,
Okay.
the twins. Oh, these guys are funny.
I mean, they look funny.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I've
shots
seen a
been
bunch of their
fired.
TikToks. They're funny.
Okay, you don't have hair like that and then not expect people to say you look funny. Like, just saying. But, yeah, I'm glad that you've had all that going on, Jer.
Yeah.
Max, why don't you talk about your fun week,
Yes.
and I will be right back.
Okie dokie. Because this week was surprisingly eventful. Like I mean, as you could tell, for one, my nephew is here. They are currently school breaks in his home, and so he was like, "Hey, uncle, can I come over to the Berlins?" And I'm like, "Yes, nephew, you can." And he was then to make it not just the weekend with like traveling almost the whole day and therefore just being one day here or something, and he has vacation or holidays, and therefore it was like he came in on a Thursday evening. And then had all of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and will travel back tomorrow. So we had a full 3 days to chill and have fun. I mean, kinda. I mean, I had to work on Friday, so during the day, Denim was playing a little bit of City Guide and took him to all the secondhand game stores and the anime stores and everything. It was like, I was like, yeah, take him to those console game stores. I don't care too much about it. That sounds great. You do this today. And then tomorrow on Saturday, we all together can go to this Tokyo store and to this figurine store, the Figuya that they have here in Berlin, which is specialized on having a lot of anime figurines and whatnot. But then they also went to another one, so they didn't break the promise in going to those stores, but they went to another store and it ended up to fill in their animu, their fix that gave them the anime fix, and I was like, nah. Which was good because we had more stuff going on. This allowed us to yesterday, that's how you properly say it, on the yesterday. We went to the video game museum, or the computer game museum of Berlin, which is an actual museum all about computer game stuff. Look it up. It's they have a lot of games that you can play, including a DDR machine, including a functioning Commodore or a functioning Atari, and also the Pain Station, which sadly I was there already 8 years ago, which was amazing with a bachelor party of a buddy. And we basically I don't know how many we were, like a half a dozen guys, like the paint station. And we spent probably 20 minutes at this machine. It has a big label, like nobody under the age of 18 is allowed to use it. And it actually, back then we had to sign a consent form. This was not the case this time around. What it is basically Pong, but your left hand has to be placed on sensors. And your right hand is using the dial to move the Pong stick up and down. And behind your Pong stick, instead of losing a life, there are little symbols. And if the ball hits a symbol, you either get a slight electroshock in your hand, you either a heater under your hand goes off, or a little whip comes out of the side of the table. And
that sounds awesome.
And when you remove your hand, you lose. That's how you lose the paint station. And I remember... Back then, half a dozen guys, we were like playing it until we all had bloody streams across our hand, and the next day we were wearing them as marks of honor, like which was fun because the next day we did like laser tag and stuff. And it was like oh my hand. But yesterday it was like Denim, are you going to play Paint Station with me? She's like, nah, I'm good. You guys have fun. Nah, come on. Nah,
what?
Nah. But yeah, I got Malik to play. The problem was I didn't get hit a single time.
Oh no.
We played like 2 rounds, and he got the full program. He got heat, he got electro, he got whip, and I'm just like sitting there with my dial, like being the superior gamer, I guess. But yeah, you play it to get hit. It's boring if you don't get hit. I mean, it's also about the fun of seeing your opponent getting, but it's boring if you don't get it, the pain too. So I didn't really get to experience the pain station, which is like only half the fun. And so yeah, Video Game Museum, Paint Station. If you're in Berlin, check it out and bring some buddies who are courageous enough to play the Paint Station. It's great fun. What else did we do? Today we were on a flea market. We all got interesting loot, like me for once. I got this beautiful shirt, which the selling point was, I was like, I want to have some nice light summer shirts, and we looked through some of them, and then Denim was like, that has strong Persona 5 vibes, and I'm like, bought. Then besides that, I also got myself a new hot sauce, because I don't have enough hot sauce yet, made in Berlin. I also got myself a made in Berlin gin, but probably more funny for the people out there, Denim got something she wanted to get a while back for her a friendos back home. And she saw it before but didn't buy it. Now she found it again. And so she bought like 7 of those tiny little books, which are... Can I get it? Come on, get it.
Gosh.
And...
There it is. Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's a tiny English Marx Engels manifesto. Manifesto of the Communist Party.
Oh my gosh. Is it the full thing?
Let me find the first not handwritten page. The first Russian edition of the Manifesto of the Communist Party, translated by Bakunin, was published earlier, blah, blah. Okay, this is just about it. Where does it start? But yeah, I assume, I don't know, it's very tiny print, but it's also like 300 pages, so it might be the real deal.
That seems like it would be. That is awesome.
The weird thing, the weird thing was, like, we found a box, like it was a flea market, and we found an entire box full of those. And we were like, oh yeah, wait, some of them have something different written on it. Oh no! And it was like in Russian, in Spanish, in Italian, in French, and we had to figure. From the outside, you cannot tell. So we were sitting there, 3 people, like getting one of them out. Spanish, back in the bag. An entire box full of those fuckers.
Oh my gosh.
That was...
How does one acquire a box of mini manifesto
Oh,
translations.
Berlin. Here in Berlin, you can also go to Alexanderplatz. You will basically always find a vendor who has Soviet hats, DDR hats, and there is. I mean, if for tourism in Germany, who are all about historic stuff like that, Berlin is where they come, because I mean we had the wall here still standing in few parts. Like if you are into that kind of history, Berlin is your go-to place within Germany, and therefore they also have all those communist and DDR not memorabilia.
Right.
And yeah, and because Denim's circle of friends are, how do we say this nicely?
Very left.
Very left. Okay, they're all very left. So as a little gimmick from good old Germany, she intends to bring each of them their own little Marx Engels manifesto.
I gotta go to Berlin then. All of that just for the discussion alone of it, I feel like would just be hilarious to get. That is so cool.
I never bought anything really original from any of those stalls that are everywhere. But yeah, that was majority of my week, I guess. But I guess I can send a ping to
Chrissy.
Yes. Ping. I literally sent her just the word ping. So I guess one small thing to pass over the time until her actual return. So also fun thing, on Wednesday this week we had a party from our company, the first one of its kind since before times, before Rona. So that was quite the fun experience to actually go there. And like with a nice location, great food. Sage Restaurant, for anybody who is also in Berlin. Sage Restaurant, and fantastic food. Great location. The weather was fantastic. No rain, but warm. So you could use this giant outside area, and well, my company has a history of being very strong drinkers, so there was a lot of alcohol running that party. But yeah, it was simply fun. So after 2.5 years to have an actual party. I mean, it's probably relatable to people who had their first convention experience again after forever. And yeah,
Great.
a good old
Great
company
aspect.
party. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, like after all that time. Oh, and of course, now today I got my ping on the warning on the Corona app that somebody at the party apparently just tested positive. We all had to bring a negative test to that day. So I assume that whoever was there, as long as they played by the rules, should not have been contagious. Fingers crossed. That's all I can say.
hoping.
Fingers crossed. I mean,
Please.
I just had it 3 months ago. I guess I'm fine. I'm fully vaccinated, just had it. I'm as immune against this shit as you can be. But yeah, Key, what was going on in your life? I mean, there was stuff going on. You were once again rocking the convention scene.
Yeah, just to let people know, I do not have COVID. I took 3 tests, and all of them are negative. I don't know what I have.
It's a sad thing that you need to keep telling nowadays. Whenever you have a cough or a sneeze, it's allergies. I am not a COVID. I swear I tested.
I mean, the thing of saying fever and achy and chest pain,
Yeah.
like those are the real things that align with COVID.
but those-
Like, so
Are also the symptoms that every second sickness has.
Yep.
I mean, I was worried because these aligned really align a lot when I got my booster shots, because anyone who knew me whenever I got the booster shot is that I would basically become like a shriveled pain mass, because those booster shots kicked my ass every fucking time. Some people didn't have them kick their ass. I don't like those people.
I was down for half a day, so I got at least a little bit.
It doesn't feel good. Like it's either one punch or it's just a bunch of people punching at once, but you feel a punch.
I mean,
But-
fun fact, My parents actually got it like 2 weeks ago, and they are target demographic. But they both only had, thank goodness, mild symptoms. So all good, all good.
That is the opposite of fun.
I know that's why I said not really,
You're,
but
you're the fucking will you press the button game that was
Oh.
on my browser where every second question was cancer. Like, what the fuck, man? But no, I'm alive. I have to kind of do a method where I'm up doing stuff for like an hour and then I lie down and taking a bunch of painkillers and stuff because a lot of it's just my body aching like an old woman.
Oh.
It's advancing my age. But no, what caused this sickness, you may ask? Fun caused this sickness.
Yeah, so confirmed. Keyframe allergic to fun 2022.
I know. When I get back from Europe for it, I'm just gonna be in a coma. Like, just.
They will not even let you on the plane.
I'm still gonna be in the Justice cosplay. I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck happened? I don't know. I don't know. We were having fun at karaoke, and then she just fell on the ground. But no. So I went to Too Many Games, which is a convention in Philadelphia. So I went on that good old coast to coast flight, nonstop. First nonstop flight in a while. It actually felt kind of weird to not have to be scared of a connection. And for once, that flight to Philadelphia, no stress at all. People who know me knows that I just get stressful flights. Uber's not coming at the time where I'm afraid that I'm going to miss my airport trip. Connections getting delayed, getting stuck in Vegas for 3 extra hours. And then when I have to run to a sudden gate change and be having breathing problems, no one helps me because I'm 25. But no, this one was totally easy. Brett was able to drive me to the airport. There was no traffic because it was like 4 a.m. The flight went fast. I was asleep. Everything was hunky-dory. What wasn't hunky-dory was our friend Chris. His flights got completely canceled because of a dust storm in Arizona, so he couldn't go to the convention at all.
No.
But that means I got a Yeah, but it was because like the first Thursday, there was a dust storm in Arizona, canceled every flight going out of the airport. I got him a new flight, but then he saw there were thunderstorms in Denver, like his connection. He was like, I give up. And it's like, well, you know what? That's your choice. I respect it. I mean, I don't, but I respect it.
You're supposed to say
it. But like, that means I got a hotel room all to myself. So that was cool. It was a very interesting Thursday because everyone else on the channel, so Will, arrived like late, and I was there at like 5 p.m. So here I am at my own hotel room. It's like, what do I do? So I literally did what I do every time Max visits, and I just went to the closest market and just started buying fruit. Like I bought a bag of grapes and drinks and stuff. And if for those East Coast people, I went to a Wegmans. Wegmans are like Trader Joe's Whole Foods in my brain because most of it's just vegetables, and it's like cool. It made me mad. Let me just say, it made me mad because going to Too Many Games was my first time going to the Northeast in years. I still haven't been to New York in years, but I haven't been to the Northeast in years because pandemic. I wanted to get my snacks because there are 2 snacks that only exist in the Northeast, and that are Devil Dogs, which are like 2 devil's food cakes with cream in the middle that look like a sandwich, and Wise potato chips. They only exist in the Northeast. Wegmans didn't have either, and that made me mad. Target had Devil Dogs. How fucking dare you? I had to go to the conglomerate. And Wise potato chips just weren't anywhere. So either they only exist in New York, or I'm having fucking Mandela effect, and these chips have never existed. But yeah, the first day was just me walking around like just this part of Philadelphia alone, just being like, wow. And then watching Dead End for like the 3rd time because I'm making a video about it, and I had to do research because
the Netflix
it's a fucking Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the Netflix show is interesting because it was a Cartoon Hangover pilot, which, if you don't know Cartoon Hangover, that's the channel that brought you Bravest Warriors and things like that.
Mm.
Then it became a web comic, then a graphic novel, and then an animated Netflix series. So
That's a
there's just
journey.
oh yeah, and the characters are different throughout most of it. But yeah, so there was all that, and finding the email of the creator because I want to interview him. But no, then the actual con comes. Wow, and like the person I am, everyone's like, "Hey, we'll meet at noon." The con opens at like 11, so I get there at 10 because I mean I have to Uber there anyway, so whatever. And I set up the table and everything. We had like a bunch of new stuff that I ordered that was supposed to be there at MomoCon, but didn't arrive yet. So we had all that. Our table neighbor was Master Daniel, which, if you don't know, if you played the original Mortal Kombat, he's the guy who did the footage for Johnny Cage and Scorpion. So he's the sweetest boy. He's so nice. I'm doing a commission, like his table buddy got me to draw Daniel as Johnny Cage and stuff. So I am doing that for him, and he was just the sweetest guy. We kept having arguments about pineapple on pizza, and it was great. You know, because me and Daniel are on the right side.
I should have taken video footage when you ate this pineapple pizza back then in LA, which you now deny that it happened.
It didn't happen.
I mean, you didn't order it, which is fair. I ordered it, but I gave you one slice, and you had this very begrudgingly like, shit.
No, you're lying.
But ever since you're gaslighting me, I see how it is.
You're lying. It's not gaslighting if I know you're lying. But
wait, this one gaslighting? No. What? Anyways.
But no, we're not going back to that one conversation we had during TV time where you were like, "No, you're gaslighting me," and that was the automatic ender to any argument.
Wait. It's actually pretty ingenious.
But no, Too Many Games was fun. Fucking Richard Horvitz and Brandon Rogers and Vivzy were there. The Moxie, Blitz, and the creator of Hell of a Boss, which was great. And there was Keith Silverstein was there, who's the voice of one form of Lupin, and also Hawkmoth. And I got to talk to him before the con opened, and he's just so sweet. I told him, like, I loved you in the Koike Lupin films. You're really... He was like, oh yeah, like, Richard's great to work with and all that. And I said, your Hawkmoth voice is really great. You have a great range. And he's like, thank you. You're the first person to say something nice about Ladybug recently. It's like, oh, that's not his fault.
Yeah, I know it isn't. But
like,
nah.
I'll give this: the voice actors put all they can into Ladybug. I'm never going to shit on the voice actors for Ladybug,
except for the voice actor of Adrian during the Christmas special when he was singing.
That's not his fault if he can't sing. Like,
it was so bad.
But no, and then like there was just a bunch of people, and we met a bunch of fans. It was really cool. It was really surreal because me and Will were the only two DA members there. And there were people coming up being like, wait, you're Chrissy from the Knockouts, right? It's like, I'm still getting used to people being like, wait, you know me? and then like some people recognizing me from the friend lock and all that is like, wow. There was one interaction though that's going to live in my head rent-free. Thank you. And that's... someone was like, I love your art because like I was working on the commission and stuff behind all of the merchandise, and they were like, can I get your @? And I was like, sure, it's @CosmicKeyframe. And it's like, why does that sound familiar? And I had to stand there for a minute, and I was like, I know how to unlock a core memory. Mm-hmm. Were you in the pony fandom? They were like, yeah, I was. Why? Do you remember the tall orange one? And it was like, wait, you're that Keyframe? It's like, yes, I'm that Keyframe. You're so much... I know. Like, God, I really fucked myself in the ass making Keyframe a tall character.
It's Nuka all over again.
Yeah, it really was. Except I wasn't dressed as my character because Keyframe doesn't have a canon outfit.
True.
But like,
I mean, she's naked.
yeah. So unless I went to a nudist, I go to a nudist beach. Wait, are you cosplay Keyframe?
Whoa, I
Oh.
recognize you. Also, I found a properly looping GIF. For context, this Santa Claus is also from the Ladybug Christmas special.
Wait,
By the way,
really?
the
Devin?
Ladybug Christmas special has been making the rounds recently on Twitter
Oh,
because
no.
people have
Oh.
that clip of. Well, it's because there's that clip of like. I hope Adrian's having a nice Christmas, and she looks up at the sky, and there's just a PNG of Adrian that fades into the sky, and people are like, "Someone, please, someone who knows Ladybug, tell me what's going on."
I mean, the Ladybug Christmas special was bad before the show turned bad.
I know.
Or problematic,
Also,
let's put it like that.
the show is back. It only had like a 2-month wait between season 4 and 5.
Oh.
How does that work? Yeah, new episodes are airing already. It's
But
like, wow.
it's
And I'm not gonna say spoilers,
Yeah.
but I saw what Hawkmoth's new design is, if you know what happened at the end of the season with him getting all
Oh,
the more.
okay.
I know what
see.
his new design is. His name is Monarch now, and oh my god, he looks ugly.
Oh.
I mean, this season is still done by Thomas, or is he finally out?
I don't know.
Because
I
that
don't-
is yeah.
I've heard different things about the newest episodes, but I don't know which one to believe because I don't think they've been released in English yet. So, but I've only seen screenshots, and one screenshot of Hawkmoth is like, "Oh my god, you look ugly as sin." But no, Too Many Games was fun. I did karaoke. It was great. I missed karaoke so much. I got to talk to Brandon Rogers and Vivzy about musicals and stuff because we were just sitting at the little fire pit outside the hotel and we were just chatting. They are lovely people. Brandon is so fucking sweet. He is nothing like any of the characters he plays. He's just a very like quiet, like, yeah, thank you, you know.
I assume Blitzo?
Yeah, he's Blitz. He's my
Mhm.
favorite boy. And then I
So
got to talk to
funny.
Richard Horvitz for a bit because I first saw Richard Horvitz in like this old 1980s movie called like Summer School, and we were just chatting about it because he's like, man, that was so far back. I was like, yeah, I know, right? Because that was his like one prolific live action role, and he was just such a sweet guy. Everyone was so nice. I miss when people were nice. And also, I got so little of fan interactions that were like malicious, and that shouldn't be my standard. Of just like, what? At worst, they were just kind of awkward. Of like, yes, I just I love the FNAF songs. Like, yes, like, but that they can't help that. So. They were all just really good intentioned and sweet. And one of them got me to autograph one of the mouse pads that we were selling. And it was just like,
Aw.
they said it in a weird way. That was like, Will, I don't want you to sign this. I want Chrissy to sign this. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm sorry, Will, I kind of have. One of them got me to sign Will's like Iris CD, which is his solo music, and I'm like, I feel like I'm writing on a Bible because like this is not mine. There was none of me in this child. Why am I signing it? But it was a lot of fun and it was great. Flying home was a bit difficult though because there were thunderstorms in Philly, and I just was like, whatever. I'm buying a blanket, getting a coffee, and I'm just gonna see what happens. American Airlines, folks, expect delays. That should just be their
The
motto.
slogan.
Yeah.
But you know, I did eventually get home. But the thing was, is that my bag, I had to just go to the back of the airport to get my bag when I got back home because my bags arrived earlier than I did. I should have just hidden in my bag.
What?
But also, I did get something at the con, which means that I got someone else something. Because when do I ever buy myself things? I did buy a giant thing of Pokemon cards, like one of those packs that you see at the store, because I want to open them up on stream. So that's just a business expense.
Yes.
But Golden Fox's birthday was the week of Too Many Games. So
Ooh.
I got and Golden Fox is a boy where it's like you can't get him art because he's picky and stuff like that. So he's just an expensive boy. But I always get good gifts, so I got him a Dreamcast
Ah.
Wow.
with a green controller.
Oh my
I
gosh, that is
actually,
sick.
coming back to earlier, like if you ever get him on a plane, he would probably absolutely love the video game museum in Berlin. But probably not the paint station. I don't pick him as
Nah,
paint
not
station
the
guy.
pace.
No. But the museum itself, he would probably get an absolute blast out of it.
I mean, unless it's just an aversion to all museums. We remember how he was at the Mob Museum that he somehow snuck out 5 minutes in.
I mean, he
That's
literally
not
can play an Atari.
true. He has an Atari.
Oh, and he can. Okay, a functional one.
I got
Nice.
him one.
Nice.
Every
Nice.
gift I've gotten him is a video game console. I fully remember like our first anniversary. I got him an SNES because he was talking up and down how he wanted one, and I gave it to him. And he looked down on it. He was like, "Cool." And then he drove. And then he was like, "Okay, let's go." Like he didn't even say thank you. I don't know. You have to expect with the people I know, not that they don't give the reactions you expect to give like a normal person. Lord knows I've given Max gifts and there's no reaction. Just like, thanks. I've just learned not to expect reactions.
Yeah.
When your expectations are low, you get nothing but returns back.
I mean, nothing beats a little Marx Engel pocket manifesto.
Cool. I'm glad to know that the 4th edition Fallout book and the decanter and the standee, all of those, they
Oh?
are lesser to a tiny manifesto.
I mean, it's not even mine. It's so. I just borrowed it from Denim to show it off.
You asshole. I don't even have the energy to put funny behind that. Just you asshole.
It's true. It's true.
But yeah, it took 3 conventions. It took MomoCon, Winnie City, and TMG. But I finally got sick.
Oh. At least
And
it's
then
not anything super serious, though.
I know, right? But it was the thing of like our friend Haru, who was with us during the trip. When they got home, they were like, "I'm really sick." And it's like, "Oh, I hope that doesn't sneak up on me."
Well,
Like the fucking meme picture of the cat in the hat with the little kid, just with the bat in the background.
Oh,
But like, yeah. So, because it was one of those things where it's like I feel kind of crummy, and then as the day went on, I just felt it more and more and more, where I was sinking into my chair, just like, oh, no, help! Like,
well, I'm gone.
it was just it's not been fun. It's not been fun to be me, and I still had to get a video out yesterday for the DA Games channel. So I was just kind of hunched
gosh.
over my computer, just editing funnies, just like not having a good time right now.
And yet you were committed enough to still help me with drawing as well as come to the show today. So
No one can. I mean, like, I spent a good portion of yesterday too helping friends who are at Anime Expo right now and not having a good time because they wouldn't turn on the air conditioning for the artist alley at Anime Expo. And one of my vending colleagues, Abigail, had to leave their booth because of heat exhaustion. So I was like, look, let me look up where you guys can pick up some ice packs. I will buy them for you, and you can pick them up on your way to the thing. I hope that will help. So I spent a good portion of Saturday just being like, there you go. Oh, you need help with some shipping items? There you go. I was just kind of like, everyone says that I'm the mom friend, and I most certainly fit into that role. I am just the mom person, because I do that with people I'm closer to than friends as well. More violently, I may add. It's not a martyr if you enjoy doing it, right?
it's down the lines of you're not paranoid if they're actually after you. That's a curious one. I honestly, I'm not even sure.
I saw the cogs turning in your brain
Yeah,
when I
like
said
you're not
Yeah.
a mother if you enjoy doing it.
because I enjoy helping Max with his drawings. He's been getting really good. It's not a martyr if I like
Ah.
doing it. Oh, what the
Oh.
fuck?
Oh,
We became a file folder.
you
I
did.
did.
Thankfully, nothing
Also,
secret
Panty and
there.
Stocking got announced for season 2, and I'm in on that shit.
Wait, like the actual anime?
Well, yeah, at fucking at Anime Expo, they announced that there's like some new animation thing coming for Panty and Stocking. Like and it's gonna be animated by Studio Trigger, and I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh,
Now they said
Ah,
animation. I don't know if it's a season 2 or if it's a movie. I don't care. As long as it's not a fucking cafe or pachinko machine again, I'll be happy.
yeah. That would be very nice. I just want some kind of closure to how season 1
Oh, I
ended.
doubt there's going to be closure. I would love if the next season was just like the season finale didn't happen. I don't care.
That would be really nice. Let's forget that the finale ever happened, please.
Let's forget that. Yeah, but I just, for fuck's sake, I waited 12 years. And now I've waited 14 years for Clone High. I waited 12 years for Panty and Stocking. Anything is possible now.
Has it already been 12 years since Panty and Stocking season 1?
Oh boy.
Well, actually, let me look that up.
Oh, I feel older than I really am now. What the heck?
Panty and Stocking came out in 2010 with 13 episodes, but when was its finale?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, December of 12 years. It
Oh,
ended
boy.
December. It ended Christmas Eve of 2010.
And it still holds strong to this day, but my goodness, its finale is garbage.
It's not even. It's more garbage because they didn't make a season 2.
Yeah, they were building up for it. It's like a cliffhanger, and then it just never
See
happened.
you next season.
Flip.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it seemed topical since you posted it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Daisy and Peach. Those fit the aesthetics of Panty and Stocking pretty well.
I love it. Though I think like Daisy has more of Panty's personality, but they use Stocking as the body. But
Yeah,
that's
sure.
fine. That's fine. I'm not. Look, Panty's best girl in Panty and Stocking, and Daisy is best girl when it comes to Mario Brothers girls. That and Pauline, but Pauline's kind of like that in between of Mario and Donkey Kong, so who knows? But anyways, I want to move on to media
Yes,
because that's
please.
all my life been.
Well then, I guess you can go first if you wanna.
I guess also acknowledge Art of the Week. Look at these
yes.
cute babies.
Look at these.
Yeah.
Post them keyframe characters. When is the next friendlog review so that they can become a trio?
Sometime this year.
Oh my! Everybody,
Ooh.
stay tuned on the channel of Salty DK Dan.
I'm not sure which Pokemon game it'll be, and maybe Scarlet and Violet. Who knows? Will we go with the hot professor or the other hot professor? I don't know.
Oh my! I thought me who knows nothing about Pokemon, you just saying the hot professor or the other hot professor. I'm enough on Twitter to have seen them and know who you are talking about without knowing anything about Pokemon.
I may have already bought cosplay pieces for the girl professor because I saw that and I was like, you can't not make that and not make me want to cosplay it. Like, come on, look at her. Look, she has fangs. Like, come on.
But yeah.
But yeah.
Great art.
Great. I love it. I love these two little goobers. But yes, my media is a video game.
Wow. What a
oh my gosh!
video game! I have not seen that before.
I know it's actually very rare for me to talk about video games.
So yeah, even unironically, there's stuff happening.
I want to talk about this. It's a short game, but it's a horror game and it is called Iron Lung. And if you've ever heard of the game Quest, it's from that not Quest, Dusk. It's from the same people who've made that. So very like PS1 looking graphics. And basically this is after an event called the Quiet Rapture, where anyone who was on an organic planet just kind of out of existence. Even the planets are gone. The only surviving people were people who were on space stations. So, and basically the space stations are running out of resources, all this stuff. And there's these moons that are still in the universe that have these lakes, these oceans of human blood.
Lovely.
Why is that
wonderful.
the thing that made you chuckle? So
I didn't.
you are an inmate, and they make a makeshift submarine, and you are basically given the deal that if you can take pictures of what's inside the ocean, you would be granted your freedom. And so basically the whole game is you in this submarine, you're navigating throughout the submarine, and you're taking pictures of what's under there. And it's just like, it's not a long game. I think you can get through it in an hour, but it just gives you such a sense of dread, like that it's my favorite type of horror game because you just get filled with this sense of dread and why. And recently they added a patch that there's actually a little computer so you can look up different bits about like the universe in the game and everything. And I just really recommend it. You don't really lose most of your life playing a 1-hour game. And I think it's just a great little story in like what you know and what you don't know. And what I find fascinating, because I looked up aspects about the game, the pictures you take are not just a sequence of PNGs. What's happening, like meta in the game, is that you are controlling a camera in a 3D plane. So whatever you take is just where the camera is. It's not an already made PNG. So you're just navigating around an actual like 3D space. And it's just such a fascinating game. Like I like, you know, that I really am fascinated by a game that as soon as I was done playing it, I started looking up documentaries about the game because I just wanted to know more about it. Like it's such an interesting little thing. And I mean, I like most games made by Szymanski, because I love the Dust games, which are these like Wolfenstein kind of shooter games, which are always fun. But I just really recommend this. I guess if you don't like horror at all, or any games that make you like feel dread, or if you don't like slow games, because it very much is like, you know, there's no sound in the game besides like there's no music. There's no voice acting outside of the beginning. All you hear is the creaks and the straining of your submarine because you're underwater, and like the occasional noise coming from outside. But like your main things are the little buttons to navigate you, and the thing to take the photos, and your map that you have to go to these special points. But like, so it's a very slow burn game, but I think like that helps accomplish the sense of like solitude and dread that it's trying to accomplish. But if you don't like games like that, if you need constant stimuli, play Poppy's Playtime. I don't know. Also, there's one jump scare in this game, like one, but that's it. So if you're not a jump scare heavy person, you'll be fine. Even then, I think the jump scare is too slow moving to even be counted as a jump scare. But I just think it's a nice little game about being in a...
So less of a jump scare and more of a hop startle.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I think it's just a lovely little game, and now that they added the patch with the little module, you get to find out a lot of interesting things about the story. And I always love like these kind of like, is it supernatural? Is it cultist? Was it something sci-fi? Are you in a different universe? Like what is happening? And it's fascinating. So I really recommend playing this and then watching Pyrocynical's video talking about this, because that's how I discovered it.
Okay.
And so like,
I guess I put the videos really down below as well.
Yes. What is it?
But yeah, that was your media, and I mean for less than $5. Sounds interesting enough. You pay twice as much, 4 times as much with popcorn for a movie, which probably doesn't leave you with as much of an impact. Anyways, Jer, how about you going next, or do you need prep time? You said you had media.
Yeah, no, my media is kind of what has been my go-to stress reliever
Ah.
and my addiction of copium
Dang,
is shiny hunting,
like-
specifically in Pokemon Arceus, but also in
Did
just
you stream it on your Twitch?
yes. And
Oh,
I've
Well,
come
it
to
was-
realize that I have content creator curse where most of the time if I stream the game, I can never find a shiny, or I get like maybe 1 or 2 in the beginning, and then hours go by without getting anything. Then the moment I turn off the camera, I just get shiny galore, and you just hear the little sparkle, and it's just like, oh, it's so pretty.
where
But
am I wrong? Oh, they're shiny hunting. Shiny hunting.
yeah, and then actually, you had mentioned this, Chrissy, that you got a Pokemon booster box, like the actual trading card game. And I ended up opening my first box yesterday, doing the exact same thing. Just opened up Pokemon cards, and it was fantastic. Oh, uh-oh.
Are there any highlights I should go to? Oh, what just happened for real?
I'm not sure. Oh, I think she went to go and grab the box, possibly.
Ah.
But oh gosh, what the but yeah, I've just kind of tried to figure out like different challenges and like ideas and stuff that I could do behind like shiny hunting. Just it's been super fun. The box. Oh, yes. That is so cool with all the amount of packs there. My entire garbage can right here, as you can see, is just full of the wrappers of all of the Pokemon cards that I opened up. And it's just there's something special about like Pokemon nostalgia, trying to find that one rarity.
Mm-hmm. I just want the ones that are the most shiny.
Yes. I didn't get any, but I hope that you are able to find some shinies. If I could find the
Oh, I got
clip.
up way too quickly.
Yeah, you got up with a mission on that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm feeling it. But to us plebeians who don't know what shiny hunting is, describe it.
Yes. So shiny hunting is basically ever since Gen 2, Pokemon have this percentage capability of being a different color variation. It doesn't really impact the Pokemon itself. It just is a rarity and it looks different. One of the most like well-known shinies is the red Gyarados because that was the first one that was like a guaranteed shiny Pokemon and was part of the story in Gen 2. But every generation since, there has been a different method for shiny hunting. And in the most recent game, being Legends Arceus, it has what has to be the easiest method to obtain shinies and also the most enjoyable method because of the open worldness experience and just the idea of going out and about and not having to reset your game, not having to like hatch a whole bunch of eggs. It's just
You just kill until they respawn as a shiny.
pretty much, yeah.
You're just a fucking murderer.
But so shiny hunting is just a game mode you do in the otherwise the regular Pokemon game.
Yeah, it doesn't have any impact on the story. It's not gonna like impact any of your playthrough or anything. It's just if you want to spend time looking for this very small percentage opportunity happening, you can go for it. The normal odds of shiny hunting, in basically in most games and in this one, it's like a 1 in 4,096 chance to get this different colored Pokemon. And then you can sort of do these different challenges in order to make those odds better.
You sound like a crazy person.
Yes,
How do I? Okay.
You sound like fucking Charlie with Pepe Sylvia just fucking 6 ways to get this different color bronzer.
Look, it's not going. The more that I describe it, it does make me sound crazy. I will admit this. But for me, it's not the idea of specifically hunting for a particular Pokemon of this color. I'm doing it mainly just because in every other Pokemon game that I have played, I have not ever found a shiny. And this game provided not only my first ever shiny, but given me the best odds of getting shinies that I could eventually transfer into Scarlet and Violet. So I would like to do a playthrough of Scarlet and Violet using these Pokemon. So
At
that's...
least you're going to use them and not just keep them on your shelf,
So
I
the-
guess.
so
Oh, no, I'm going to use them.
may I just, for me to understand, so you have this perfectly fine functioning game with a story and gameplay loops and all the good stuff, which is a perfectly well-rounded positive experience for people who enjoy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you turn it into a gacha game.
I feel like if I answer this honestly, I'm going to be judged.
I mean, at the very least, it doesn't have the worst aspect of all the gacha games. It doesn't have the buy mechanic. So,
Yes.
you're basically playing a gacha game with the evil ripped out and just leaving whatever is left if you remove the evil from any gacha game.
Pretty much, yeah. I can't get around it.
I know
But
that.
I ended up probably doing this the most incorrect way, to where in Legends Arceus there are 5 different sections that you can go to. First one, second, third, fourth, all different areas of the map that you can go to, get the Pokemon, etc. I did not go into the second area until I completed Pokedex entries for the first area, and then shiny hunted in the first area. I didn't continue on with the story. I did not play this game properly, and y'all... The more I describe it, the more I'm starting to realize, oh wow, I actually do have a problem. But
Dude, it's not the worst it's not the worst thing Pokemon fans do. I mean, I know people who their first intention when they travel to a different country is trying to find the regional Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
I will say I was very happy when I traveled to the Middle East. I got Wild Tropius and Wild Volabeats.
Fuck. Fuck. I don't know when I would ever go to the Middle East, if ever. Why were you in the Middle East?
It was a birthright trip. I was about to turn
yeah.
22, and I had to capitalize on the birthright trip. And I figured, you know what? Might as well catch some Pokemans.
Okay, that never came to my mind.
I'm sure your Rabbi is proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay, how many Tropiuses did you get, and can we trade?
I'd have to double check. I think I have multiple. If I do, yes.
Yes.
I will give you a Tropius. And if you need the
We
only...
sound like crazy people right now.
Hey, Pokemon fans will go above and beyond in certain situations to get the Pokemon that they need.
That is true. That is true. The amount of happiness I felt when I hatched a Mime Junior in Italy is embarrassing.
But yeah, to maybe get it to a conclusion, who would you recommend? I mean, people who already own what is the name? Pokemon Legends Arceus. So,
Arceus.
so among those people who probably already have it, whom would you recommend to try out shiny hunting, and whom wouldn't you?
I would recommend it to those that... That's hard to explain.
Okay.
If you're looking to basically prove to like your friends or whomever that you can get the rarity, like set it as like a challenge for yourself to like only catch a shiny of like a particular color or of a particular type. Do it more of like a challenge aspect, not so much like just get the shiny. If you want to just get the shiny, play Pokemon Go. It's much easier and much better odds. But if you want to do it for a challenge, I feel like this is like the perfect opportunity for shiny hunting.
Okay.
If you're an achievement hunter, do not do this because you'd be stuck in an endless loop because you're gonna feel like you have to capture everything as a shiny.
How many are in this game? How many Pokemon?
I think there's over 200 shinies that you could catch. The legendaries are locked. And to put in perspective how many shinies I've acquired, there are these boxes that are called pastures, and in each pasture you can put like 36 Pokemon. It's like a it's 30 Pokemon, 6x5 grid. I have over 5 pastures full of just randomly shiny Pokemon that I've caught. I have a problem. I am well aware of this, but I'm not going to stop anytime soon because it's copium.
Well, Who are we to judge people out loud?
Out loud. But
Oh.
Max, what is your media?
What is my media indeed? My media would be, if I click the right tab, yes I did. Yeah, for those people who are not, haven't gotten their bloody fix with the word cunt throwing off a lot of time, an inappropriate amount of time, The Boys did animation on top of the live action show on Amazon. And this is, it's pretty much an anthology taking place in the world of The Boys. And yeah, we were wondering when we were watching it how much of it is supposed to be canon, and what was it? The last three. So the Aquafina one, where she turns into Poopomancer, is thankfully not canon. So that's a good thing. Oh, and there's a furry bait episode. I love the furry bait episode. I am so on board with it.
Your initial response to the furry bait one was like, "Come on, are you that level of trash?" Yes, because we watched this together.
Absolutely. Oh, there she was. Yeah. Yeah. Despite the fact that it's probably that you. Here's something to counter my usual hateful rants against everything from the House of the Mouse and the abusive relationship they have with the audience. I don't think that this is. It probably. I mean, we still have to see how the last three how the last three episodes become relevant, but I dare to say this is just add-on. This is like optional, additional content, and not must-watch in order to understand the next one, the next installment in the main series. I hope. But yeah, for the time being, that's how I assume it is. And what is going on there is like, it's how many episodes? Like 8, 9? 8 episodes. Each episode written by somebody completely unique. Animated in an absolutely unique style, each and every one. I mean, you have this Rick and Morty ass looking guy down here. You have this relatively close to how the show would look, but animated. Then you had, I believe, the baby that looked like a Warner Brothers cartoon from the 90s.
The 90s, not from the 90s.
80s? 2000s?
Like 60s or 70s, maybe.
Really?
Like,
you mean like the
Grasshopper?
Yeah, the Grasshopper movie.
Okay, to give you context, Chair. One time I was visiting Max, he was talking about like I think we were just in a conversation.
Movie. Yeah,
yeah, we were talking about nostalgia movies, and he was like, "Oh, you know, when I was a kid, we had this VHS tape of this '80s movie called like Mr. Grasshopper Goes to Something." And I was like, Goes to Town, and I was like, I've never heard of this movie. So we found it on like YouTube or something, and we're watching it, and I'm like, Max, I don't think this is from the 80s. And he's like, what are you talking about? Of course it is.
It was around on a VHS when I was born.
I'm gonna look it up. And he's like, yeah, but you're gonna find, like, he was just trying to make me like I was gonna be stupid. And I was like, it was released in 1942. And I've never seen Max have this moment of, no.
In its defense, only a very small number of jokes really it didn't really age very well, but oh boy, did they age badly.
Oh,
I know. But the thing is that the only other time I've seen Max have this moment of actively denying facts was when was our fucking argument about Acropolises.
Oh yeah. This fucker. Reality has proven me wrong, and I'm not okay with that.
Basically, we're watching Thermo Roma on Netflix together, and it's like this bathhouse Roman anime, and they had like a joke about like being a man, like a true Roman, and I was trying to just make a joke about like how Romans were hella gay, and I was like, you know, I know what they did up in those Acropolises, and Max was trying to be a little intellectual.
Well, you know, the Acropolis is technically in Greece, but that's fine.
And I was like, no, no, it's not. And this was the day Max just decided I'm gonna have an argument with Chrissy because he was so like, yeah, that's like, it's gonna stick with me. Yeah, and every skyscraper is the Empire State Building, Chrissy. Like I'm just like, Christ, why? What the fuck? And then
Then
I looked up the definition
and
and I stated it.
fucking Wikipedia, like Acropolis refers to this one building, but basically everything that looks the same is also called
An
Acropolis, and I'm like,
acropolis was the settlement in an upper part. And like I was saying, like, yeah, because there's acropolises in South America and stuff. And then I can hear him looking it up and then getting very like, no, and then trying to look up more definitions. Like, are you trying to find more? Yes, Webster was wrong. I've never felt more vindicated in my life. Please get
reality, how dare you do this to me? Anyways, Amazon's The Boys Diabolical. I dare to say you can probably actually watch it without having seen the original show. Because the stories are very standalone. I mean, it will be hard for you to follow all to understand the world it's taking place in, because they don't explain anything about Vought, about superheroes and what in that specific universe. But I guess you could still watch it. Just be aware it's very gory and for mature audience for a good reason. If you're already a fan of The Boys.
The fucking Justin Roiland one is it basically just has a bunch of soup kids killing their parents. That's the name.
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
That gets so fucking gory.
Yeah. So yeah, it's that's like, and yeah, I mean the live action show is already pretty gory, but they managed to find a way to make it in a cartoonish way even worse.
How many would you say are hits and misses compared to each other? Because that's the thing with anthology series is that there's always going to be duds. I know that you don't like the Aquafina one very passionately. The Aquafina one basically is her character drinks a thing of Compound V, which is the serum that gives soup superpowers. And she basically makes a living pile of shit.
Yeah, she becomes a poopomancer, and she can turn every
Yeah,
poop
she could
existing.
basically water bend poop.
Yeah,
and
turn poop.
Max was not happy during this entire show.
And she also turns all the poop into sentient beings.
And that's her friends. Like there was a friendship message at the end of this. But like, yeah, some of them will not click with you, and then there's some that are like, wow, that was actually sad.
And then there are the cartoonish ones where you're like, oh my god, this is like Looney Tunes but with gore.
Yeah, like I if you want the ones that are just going to be canon, watch the last 3, and then if you want just random fun, like a lot of the first like 5 are just balls to the walls, crazy fun kind of stuff. The last few ones get sad. There's one made by the guy from Lonely Island, and it's the saddest short of the entire one. And it's like, what the? This was made by the guy who made Dick in a Box? Like, what the hell?
This is a guy who later chaperoned Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, and you write about a cancer monster? What the fuck is this?
But yeah, if you would just want to check out gory cartoons without understanding it, you can watch it without former knowledge. If you're already a The Boys fan, then yeah, more of the same. But this time the cartoonish violence and gore actually in cartoon form for a change. Yeah, that's what I have to say about The Boys Diabolical. And with that, we move on to the Q&A.
Did we get anything on Twitter?
We did get stuff on Twitter. It would not be an awkward cast without J-Rock asking us what we would rather do. And in this case, the question is, rather live in a world with no caffeine or a world with only raw food?
Wait, what was the first one?
A world without caffeine.
In a world where it's all raw. Well, I mean, we've existed with there's raw food diets that exist.
And I mean, caffeine also only got discovered at some point, so...
But this is more like, what do we want more than necessity?
Basically, yeah, if it was... Because I like sushi. I like a lot of other raw food stuff, and every now and then go for non-caffeine because
But chips wouldn't exist.
because they officially don't count as raw food.
Yeah, because you fry them.
Well, I guess in this context,
Oh.
we are to the caffeine-free world. Bye. I had made my decision. Who wants to give their take?
Oh, you made me
I
think
knew
so much more
exactly how.
about. You made me think so much more about this because I need like my cup of coffee and my energy drink throughout the day. Otherwise, I'm gonna have major caffeine withdrawals. And
That's
I
what
was
we
thinking
call
like,
an
oh, I could just
addiction,
live in a
Jared.
world with raw food, eat sushi, fish, tartar. As long as I don't eat chicken, I'll be fine. But now I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, there's like, you can't like saute veggies. You can't make like potato chips or anything. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
the raw food
technically,
diet is sad.
yeah, I
We
mean
just become
technically would
zombies.
regular sushi count because the rice is also boiled.
Yeah, there would be. You would just be eating the sashimi without the meat. Like, come on. You'd just be
Oh
eating seaweed and
gosh.
fish wraps, just like.
Yeah, no, forget it. No caffeine. I'll have the
Here's
withdrawals.
something. Wait, what is this? Oh, for some reason, your audio suddenly turned on your stream. Oh, it was on the entire time in the background.
Oh, so were we just hearing Jer shiny hunt silently? Like,
Apparently.
Oh no.
did no one point this out in the chat?
It might have just activated. Maybe a commercial played and after the ad it turned on or something.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
guess we're
apologize
going
for your
without-
stream.
I
Yeah.
guess we're going without a world without caffeine because, like, here's the thing. We've discovered so many things are dangerous unless you cook them. Like, even flour. Flour can make you sick if you eat it raw. You would have to actually, like, bake flour so it's sanitized. Like, here's the thing. A lot of cooking is sanitizing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess today's Would You Rather turned out after we added a little bit of scientific fact to it as a very, very clear unanimous answer because only one of those answers is survivable.
Yeah.
Also, I know a lot of filtration methods require boiling. Raw water can be dangerous.
Also true.
Oh my
We'd be just living in the Oregon Trail at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's assume that health issue is not an issue that because we are living in an entire world of raw food, our digestive system is capable of managing it. So it's only the flavor and the preparation that you are missing.
I still would go with a world without caffeine.
Same here.
Yeah.
I love my food.
Yep.
I can live in a world without curry.
And I mean-
Are you high?
And I mean, here's the fun thing: coffee and Coke, and maybe even energy drinks are still existing. They just don't have caffeine in it. But who drinks energy drinks for the taste or for the flavor?
I don't. No one. Absolutely no one.
Really? I mean, I have to admit, the yellow Monster I love. I mean, it tastes like Fanta, so I'm not sure if this counts.
I mean, yeah, because it's just sugar water. Because, I mean, I drink the sugar-free Monsters. I like the flavor of those, and a lot of people think I'm a crazy person
You
because
are.
I only like sugar-free Monsters.
I mean,
But I mean, like,
No,
I'm the same. I am the same person who drank 12 Red Bulls in one day without realizing it.
oh
so
my gosh.
I don't know how I'm alive.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous. But I'm actually right there with you. I prefer the sugar-free energy drinks, like sugar-free Monster, sugar-free Red Bull. I prefer the sugar-free over the like regular.
absolute
The
monsters.
the teal sugar-free one is really good.
Yes,
It's called like it's a mango drink and it's really fucking good.
it is.
But and they also recently released a peach one that's delicious. But also, can you imagine how many gym bros are gonna fucking suffer because they can't take their pre-workout creatine?
Oh yeah, no,
They can't
I
take
feel
their
like
explosive energy powder. They actually have to just have a good diet and sleep and not just
But that's
fucking snort pre-workout.
good diet and sleep and being a gym bro are mutually exclusive definitions. But yeah, anyways, Discord question.
I know plenty of people who dirty build when they are working out. Like they only eat McDonald's.
They
It's
are
like the
the
whole
true
bounty
heroes.
thing.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to say this one because Enigma's been wanting us to answer this for 3 streams in a row.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I need to kill his Hydra. Prince of Inquiries asks, so Cartoon Network tweeted out about how girls graduate from animation, despite most animated movies and shows having strong and relatable female characters. How do you feel about this statement, and have any of you graduated from animation as a whole? Re-asking this question since it was answered last time. Now, when they say graduate from animation, I know that that's just a nicer way of saying outgrow from animation, which I think is stupid. They're fucking dumb. The proportion of women working in the animation industry is actually much more than men. It's just that women don't usually have directing or lead roles, like in the production of animation, and that's its own other can of worms. Also, no, I'm a cartoonist. How would I have graduated from animation? I think the only people who have graduated from animation are sad people who can't admit that they like animation because they think that animation is inherently for a child, which is emphatically wrong.
Should I bring back the boys diabolical?
I was gonna say, but like, I'm just gonna say this. I mean, most adult animation shit. Like, we've been getting better. Arcane is great, like, and so is like Inside Job and stuff, but there is more emotionally profound animation coming from family entertainment than any like adult animated projects. Like the ratio is very big. Like, more people get an emotional response out of Amphibia than they would a lot of adult animation that's coming out, but I think that's because a lot of adult animation doesn't want to try to be emotionally profound because I don't think they think that's marketable, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Adults don't want to feel things, apparently.
I
But
think,
I don't get it.
yeah, I think in the past that might have been the status quo, but animation as a whole has just evolved so much that it's just like a show that is directed primarily for a younger audience could still be thoroughly enjoyed by a more mature and older audience without having to go through such like gory methods or using profanity or something like that. Like, you take shows like Rick and Morty, Invincible, The Boys, that's clearly animation for older audiences. But then, like you said, Amphibia, you've got
Owl House.
yeah, Owl House,
She-Ra.
She-Ra, like they're
Dragon
all
Prince.
yeah, the list goes on. It's just
Voltron before it got bad.
Only
we don't
the
talk about
first
before that.
season.
We don't talk about it after that.
We don't talk about
But,
Tron.
But I mean, like, Encanto is also an example because you have so many movies like Encanto and Turning Red that talk about generational trauma, and it's like they handled that in a more tasteful way, displaying another culture's way of handling it compared to most adult films. And it's like, I've given a chance to a lot of R-rated and other films, and I don't care if it makes me sound like a stereotypical cartoonist. A lot of live action stuff just doesn't interest me because, to me, they're very samey.
Yeah. And that's another benefit that animation just has as a whole. You can do so much more with animation. Like, there's just like when it's a live action situation, obviously you could do like CG stuff, and if it looks good, then it looks good. But with animation, it could be just like the crudest animation ever, but you still enjoy it so much more than if it was just a live action piece.
Yeah, it just, there's more imagination. I mean, I know that a lot of people probably, like, I don't know. And I mean, also the whole thing of like, oh, animation is something that kids enjoy and parents have to endure. In the same speech where one of the nominees was an animated documentary about a gay Afghani man fleeing to Denmark so he could be with his partner. It's like, yeah, sure, it's what parents have to endure. Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone watch Flea. It's a great movie. But like, fucking, I'm just so sick of these kind of things. Because if it's the higher ups perpetuating that, that's what causes it to come into it's a cycle. It's a fucking cycle, and it pisses me off. Especially since a lot of shows now are being made by women and people of color and everything. It's like, you're just, I can't even. You picked a terrible time to ask this question again because I'm sick, so I can't articulate my thoughts. But so all I could say is scream.
In ASMR, fluently.
What about you as a cis white male consumer man? What's your input on all this?
Me because I haven't talked on it yet. Since Joe actually already added thoughts. For one, I'm not too aware of this entire. I heard the statement that it was made, but I also didn't pay attention to it because I didn't get it. So first, there's already the first layer of me being not really capable of talking. Besides being cis and male and not into or not animating. I mean, I love watching animation. But yeah, general idea is not.
Well, I mean, the question of have you graduated from animation? I guess the answer is no.
So the graduation in the sense of moving away from it, like okay. I mean, no, definitely not. I mean, I just listed all my current, many of my current favorite shows, and more or less all of them are in the animation field. So yeah.
I mean, just saying, the top streamed, like 8 of the top 10 streamed movies in 2021 were animated films. So, just saying, not all of them can be kids.
Yeah.
Anyways, next question. Do we have anything else on Twitter?
We have something else on Twitter, and Enigma on Fire. He got his rent question, but the noble but flawed prince on Twitter also asks. Let's say that you wake up one morning and you realize that the next 24 hours of your life plays out like a dramatic episode of a show with twists and reveals. How would that day play out for you in terms of big secret and reveals within your circle of friendos? I guess coming up with big epic reveals that, like on a very dramatic way, that will happen. So,
Really making us think here.
I know.
don't have the power for this. Why couldn't you ask a dumb question? Dumb questions are better. I don't like thinking today.
It turns
okay,
out, okay, I have one on mind. It turns out that the dumb joke that we made before, that Kichi is, who was the mother? Were you the mother? Kichi is my daughter?
Yeah.
But because she is age-wise too close to realistically be my daughter, she's also a time traveler.
Yes, if we made this dumb joke, the real reveal would be that this was real.
Exactly.
But, okay, so that's yours. Jared, what would be the big dramatic, like, dun 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 thing?
Oh gosh. The real okay. The real dun 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 is that whenever I stream, I feel like I hit the off button. Turns out I don't actually hit it, and my cat is in control of me the entire time. I am simply a robot made for entertainment so that my cat will constantly have catnip. That's the big reveal.
Oh, that would be one hell of a reveal.
Max turns off the stream. His head opens up, and Himbo and Rocket are running through.
Yeah.
Or the big reveal, Himbo and Rocket are my actual biological sons. Oh, no, wait. This raises so much more very bad questions. No, retract. Oh, no.
That's it.
Oh,
That's the
no.
I'm trying to think of something, because my go-to thing is every guy I know is pregnant, and I'm the father, and that's usually my go-to for these kind of dun-dun-dun things. That raises so much questions and so many fan fictions I don't want. So I mean, I feel like it has to be something involving that thing back there. So what? Okay, let's just say this day in our life is AWKWARDCast day. So during the AWKWARDCast, this thing just starts moving bit by bit, and then suddenly it just stops being flat, and Egon's actually here. That would be the dun dun dun, that he's been alive the whole time.
And it was just the camera angle that made him look so flat.
Yes, he was alive the whole time. Da da da.
That'd be a really good dun dun dun.
Yeah, there
But
you go. I don't know if this opens up the possibility that every cardboard cutout comes alive. I don't know. I feel like at that point it becomes Dawn of the Dead.
if any cardboard cutout would become alive, it would just be a magical happening. But it's about reveals and twists, and the twist is that he was alive all along.
I don't want to know. I don't want him to be alive. That means he's seen way too much.
That is where the dramatic aspect comes in. And you thought you were streaming a date with a cardboard cutout, and now it turns out it was a real person all along, and he was judging you. Well, there she goes.
At that point, like,
Oh gosh.
The thing
and
is,
now I'm slowly turning into a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
That was the reveal.
anyways, this was Twitter, so all yours.
Thank you, Enigma. I can't wait to see your comment later about how we didn't answer it properly. Okay. Let's see. From Lame Saturday announcement. I'm sorry. We stalled it because we didn't know if I was actually going to be ready for the show because I was sick. And I'm still sick. So shut up, Odie. Shut up. You're lame. Okay. Odie asks, what in your opinion, what has been the weirdest crossover you've ever seen, in your opinion? I mean, that Ruby Justice League announcement the other day is definitely on the list. Yeah,
Which one
Ruby
was
and
it?
Justice League are going to have a crossover movie. I think that's weird.
Wait, like the 3D animation?
Yes,
Ruby?
yes, the 3D Rooster Teeth anime is going
What?
to make a movie with Justice League.
Sure. Okay.
Why not?
Huh.
Weirdest crossover animation. I must have seen some, right? Besides Cartoon Network bumpers.
Yeah, no, those don't even count as weird. Those were awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's see.
obviously the old PDA, the old PSAs, epic
oh,
crossover
like
PSAs.
like the cartoon All Stars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those. I mean, Space Jam 2, I guess, since they keep this is because they kept all the non Looney Tune characters, all the random properties of Warner Brothers. They stick
Rick
them
and
in
Morty's
the background.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the weirdest one. At least the
That
weirdest
was
one that
so
comes to
weird.
mind.
I mean, a lot of the characters that have become skins in Fortnite, I guess, is weird. It's weird to see Naruto fighting Rick Sanchez. And apparently Family Guy is going to be added, so who knows?
Wait.
I think, what's his name? Mordecai and Rigby from regular show, I think, are going to be skins now.
I want to know the hitbox of Mordecai with those fucking stick legs. Like,
yeah.
Oh no, weirdest crossover period that I have seen. So people know about one of the few pretty great shows that came out of like unapologetically good without any that came out from Disney over the last few years was Mandalorian. And for some reason, this really good piece of standalone media got a crossover with this weird, shitty fan fiction Mary Sue protagonist Book of Boba Fett. I don't know why they made a crossover out of those two completely unrelated entities. It was like super shit to see how they ruined good old Mandalorian with this shit fest.
Welcome to AWKWARDCast, where Max will find any and all excuses to shit on Voltron and Boba Fett.
or to just bring back a classic which I haven't in forever. So weirdest crossover, year one, they cross over all the good ideas and it's still a shit book. Okay.
Now, I guess like the other really weird if we're going with just crossovers that aren't animated, that fucking Earth Day special that I found that happened like 2 months before Cartoon All-Stars, where fucking Doogie Howser is taking care of Mother Earth, and then Doc Brown comes down from the fucking DeLorean with E.T., and Bugs Bunny is denouncing humanity while fucking Egon's brother Elon is arguing with Martin Short, and then the cast of Cheers and Golden Girls are there. I'm not kidding. This whole special is on YouTube. I will force everyone I know to watch this.
Drop me the link and I put it in the description. What is this World
I've
Day
gotta
special?
see this. What?
Earth Day
Special.
Special 1990, because it was the 20-year anniversary of Earth Day existing, which also gives you an idea of how old Earth Day is.
Oh, yeah, I'm putting that in the description.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've got to see
fuck
that.
We're watching this during TV time at one point. I gotta show you how weird this thing is.
What in
Excellent.
the world?
Yes, and keep in mind, this premiered 2 months before the Cartoon All-Star special. So just imagine being
One
a
hell
kid
of a
in the
year.
year 1990, and you see this, and then where you see Bugs Bunny denouncing humanity, and then 2 months later he's accosting a kid for smoking a joint. Like, Bugs Bunny just was on something in 1990.
It was a savage
Space Jam
big deal.
Space Jam hurt him.
It
Wait,
did.
did
Oh,
Space Wait, what year did Space Jam come out?
Oh no, please don't let it be 1990.
um,
No, it must not. Probably later.
No,
Probably.
1996.
Oh, okay.
This was
Yeah.
the beginning, and then he finally had his mental breakdown in 1996.
And then all his friends left him for many years because he was such a train wreck. And then Space Jam 2 happened, and he brought them all back into it.
No,
Anyways,
my idea for the canon is that Space Jam happened, and then they decided, hey, we're going to leave the center of the earth and just become actors, and that's where Looney Tunes Back in Action happens. And then
Oh,
because
gosh.
that movie failed, Warner Brothers put them in the Matrix, and that's how Space Jam 2 happens.
You're actually building like
This
makes
is my
sense
lore.
that actually would make sense. What the heck?
Exactly. Okay, so it's all Discord now,
yes.
right? All right.
Good luck saying that name.
You know which one I'm looking at, right?
Oh, I mean, one of them is interesting to say. There are only so many
What does
questions
the
this week.
green ribbon represent? Oh.
Oh, what is green ribbon?
Green mental health awareness.
Oh no.
Oh, oh
So,
gosh.
crazy pig princess?
So the crazy pig. Mental health does not mean crazy.
The depressed pig princess?
Here we go. That's better. The depressed pig princess asks, you get to learn one skill overnight in your sleep. However, it can only be one, and the skill can't be learning more skills overnight in your sleep. So you can't do the genie wishing for more wishes rule. Okay, so one skill you learn overnight in your sleep. So what's a skill that you can't invest waking time on?
So you get to learn one skill overnight in your sleep. So, but beyond that, I can still continue learning other stuff outside of it. But this one, I get this one freebie.
You get this one. Everyone gets one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Skill that I really, really want to learn.
Guitar. I want to learn how to play guitar because
one.
I can do piano and I can do clarinet and stuff. There's just something about chord things with guitars that my fingers don't understand.
Mm.
I've tried. Lord knows I've tried. But there's just something with that, or trumpets, that, or any brass instruments, because the whole like tightening your lips to get different notes thing, I never got to understand. Because with woodwinds, you don't have that problem. You just blow air and hit the right buttons.
Huh. I didn't know that's how like people that play the trumpet, that's how they make the noise. I had no idea.
Well, because there's the initial note combinations you get with this, but to like hit a higher note, I mean, Max was a trumpet player. You tighten your lips, kind of thing. So, also, I mean, hey, if I can learn a brass instrument in my sleep, maybe I won't get the fucking giant cheeks that some people who play the trumpet well, because if you play a brass instrument for like a long time because you have to blow so hard, it's very often that they get like really stretchy faces because well, you're kind of constantly putting stress on it to go.
I think for me, it would be being able to speak fluent Japanese.
Like, damn it, this was my one.
Oh, no!
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, because like there's so many characters.
I'm not going, oh no, towards you. I just realized what Lieb's name is.
Oh no, what is Lieb's?
Lieb's name is a bunch of emojis that represent the Technoblade, which was a Minecraft YouTuber who just died of cancer.
Oh.
Why do you have the green ribbon? That's not cancer.
But why is it a pig and a
Oh.
princess?
Because his Minecraft avatar
It
was a pig with a crown on his head.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Leave,
Oh.
why do you think that we know who I only found out who Technoblade was a couple days ago.
But I love that Leap's first reaction was like, I feel bad for laughing. So she laughed. She completely laughed at our stupidity.
There is no green ribbon. Yes, there is.
Oh boy.
Unless I'm suddenly colorblind. Like, I'm gonna
So,
put
yeah.
soccer class chat, Lieb. That's green.
But yeah, learning Japanese so you can watch all anime in Otone, I take it, which is boss move. And when you do a trip to Japan, if you speak Japanese, they treat you. What I have been told, they treat you so completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was one of the options I was considering too, but then I also saw like, then I was also considering doing maybe something physical, because other stuff you can learn. No. If it's about literally learning, but physical skill is so much harder to build up. So I was like considering going all metrics, like I know kung fu, but then again I'm learning kung fu. So no, I'm actually learning karate. Anyways, what was the one? But then I also saw amazing things like programming, like really high-end programming suggestions in the chat. So I guess. I have the perfect fitting answer. The skill that I want to learn is decisiveness.
Oh, that would be great for you to learn.
I know, right? And this will automatically help me learn all the other skills that I potentially want to put my mind to, because then I will be decisive about it and stick with it.
Can I give an example to the audience about how bad your decisiveness is?
Didn't we tell the entire Italy story already?
I know, but Jared's not here.
Oh,
so
that's
here's
fair.
the thing. We went to Sicily for my birthday. Great time. But I was arriving later than he was, because, America versus Germany. And he texted me being like, I'm just going to go out and get some food. And it's like, you know what? Good. I'm not landing yet. So there you go. And then I finally land and we're walking and he's just like, I have not eaten yet. I was like, you've been here for like 4 hours. And he's like, yeah, I walked around this entire city for like 4 hours and couldn't pick food. It's like, how do you do that? It's like, I don't know, but I'm hungry. I
mean, I was very hungry, exhausted from travel, and the problem is what kept me from just sitting down and eating something was like, oh no, if I go anywhere, I also need to figure out if they have takeout and if they have anything that Key likes. And
not like you could have just gotten yourself food. I would have understand.
Yeah, but we also had the agreement before that I organize food. So instead, I completely
know that I pretty much will eat anything. That's not shit.
But there's shit you cannot eat.
Yeah,
mushrooms,
yeah. Just get something that doesn't have mushrooms or shellfish. The Venn diagram
is Sicily. Everything has shellfish. The fucking air is full of shellfish.
We are the worst people to be together because you have indecisiveness and violent passiveness.
Oh no.
No decisions are made.
But yeah, decisiveness. That's a skill I need.
I've had him yell at me for my passiveness, and it's like, look who's talking.
Why?
Okay, but next question. Let's see. From the Blessed Ligma. Thank you, Wolfhead. Ligma balls. Okay. Would you rather be 20 years old and have to defeat your 50-year-old self in a fist fight, or be 50 years old and defeat your 20-year-old self in a game of chess? Would I know how to play chess if I was 50? I don't know how to play.
Every 50-year-old person knows how to play chess. Obviously, that's the point of. Do you not learn anything anymore in millennial school? With 50, you instantly learn chess. That's how it works.
All I know is that once I turn 30, my bones are gonna hurt. Like, I already am ahead of the game on that.
Oh, I actually just remember our chess play within It Takes Two. You actually don't know how to play chess. It's so weird. You know so much random shit, but not how to play chess.
I haven't played chess since I was like 12, so kind of lost. You know what?
okay.
You know what? That'll be my going to sleep skill. I want to relearn how to play chess.
It's so basic. Why do you need to waste an entire magical sleep lesson on that?
Because I don't have enough free time to just look things up and relearn them. I'm a busy person. I know the basics of chess. I know the basics. It's
Also, you actually want to learn how to win at chess. Yeah, okay, that's a
Yeah.
lifelong skill, agreed.
there you go.
There's
But-
too many possibilities and strategies with like how to win at chess.
But okay, I'm still trying to figure out how to read this question. So, would you rather be 20 years old and have to defeat your... Okay, so 50-year-old still fight, or be 50-year-old and defeat your...
Here's the thing. I think I'm gonna go with the chess thing because, one, 20-year-old me doesn't know how to play chess. Second of all, I've been actively building my muscles since I've turned 20. 20 was probably when I was the weakest. So,
You're
by the
afraid
time
of
I'm
your 50-year-old self.
yeah, my 50-year-old self will probably look like the bunny girl in My Hero Academia. Like, I'm just gonna be fucking, like, I'm gonna look like Miracle, and I'm just gonna be fucking beating my 20-year-old self up.
Fan
I mean, my
artists
20
get on it.
Get on
Keyframe
it.
as her.
When I was 20, I was fat and I was more than I was unmedicatedly depressed. That girl's not winning anything.
That is fair point. How about you? Which
I'd
fight
probably
would
have
you
to-
rather pick?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one. I'd probably have to go with the 50-year-old beating my 20-year-old self in chess. Mainly because one, if you're 20 years old and beating up your 50-year-old self, that means that your 20-year-old self will eventually become the 50-year-old self getting beat up. So you're just constantly going to have to look forward to getting constantly beat up at that age.
Unless this fight determines a new branch in the timeline.
Maybe. If there's a new branch of the timeline, then I'll go with the first option. But if there's
Bucky's
not,
grabbing the baseball
You
glove.
just don't want to be beaten up when you're old by yourself.
yes.
Fair argument.
Plus,
Can you
if you're
imagine
50
going
years
to the
old,
market?
go to the market.
Just going to the market, and then you just hear, and just
Wait, I remember that day. Is it? Oh no!
No!
You're always gonna be looking over your shoulder, like, was it?
Where is my future self? Or no, where's my past self? But if you go with the other one, it's like you're 20 years old, you realize, oh, when I turn 50, I become wise. I become super smart. Yeah, in this one instance, I'm going to be made a fool, but I'm being made a fool of myself, which means I will eventually be able to make a fool of my past self and inspire him to be better.
Ooh, twisting this entire setup into an inspirational. Wow.
Yeah.
And
Little
yet,
ball of sunshine.
out of principle and stubbornness, I will be the contrarian and pick the other answer, ignoring everything that you just said. This was very inspirational and avoiding getting beat up at the age of 50. Since I'm living in the right here, right now, and I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? My 50-year-old self and my 20-year-old self, they are both being okay at chess, but also not great at it, and it will be like a math thing. And I believe my skill in chess has mostly not changed too much over the years, because it's always like, I understand enough of it to play it, but I don't like thinking too much in the future. I don't think more than two turns
This is
ahead.
true.
Yeah.
Try playing a trip with him; it's a nightmare.
So yeah, and I don't expect this to change in a little bit over a decade at this point. So it would be like, and then I have to defeat myself even as a 20-year-old. Nah, this sounds horrible for both parties involved. However, I have enough things like loose knees and Knicksenk, Spreitfuß, whatever, the foot thing and stuff going on that makes me weaker and weaker over time. So I will be an easy target when I'm 50. That's what I'm saying. The kung fu, the karate I'm currently learning will probably just add to my body breaking apart. No? So instead of hardening it. So yeah,
I don't know if that's how it works.
my 20-year-old self, even though this was before I actually started working out, I only discovered, it was around the time, I believe. Yes, this was actually around the time I discovered sports for me after school. So, my poor sports teacher would probably twist and turn in his grave, assuming he's dead. I don't even know what happened to him. But to learn that right after I stopped going to school, I'm like, hey, you know what? Sports is actually cool. Except for balls. I still hate balls. This statement, once again, is out of context.
I mean,
Problematic.
it shows how straight you are, so.
It's true. But yeah, so yeah, I go for the other one because I will have an easy victory. And here's also the contrary to your inspirational talk, G. It's like, I know that asshole. And when he makes it to 50, he still had it coming. So.
Okay, there's one more question that I think is really good, and then we'll do the FMK.
Roger, Roger.
Also, the new Trigun trailer looks so good. I'm so excited. I love Trigun. Okay, so, as from Lame Saturday announcement, I was rewatching The Parent Trap and suddenly realized, man, this is messed up. What's the most contrived plot for a family-friendly movie to you? I think contrived is not the word you're looking for. I feel like it's when you look too deep into it, it's actually disturbing. And there's so many examples. I mean, everyone goes to the Tim Allen Santa Claus and how fucked up it is, how they get new Santas. In that, what happens to Mrs. Claus after that? Because they made it canon that you have to be married. Does Mrs. Claus die too? Like, is it truly a death to us part kind of thing?
Or is Mrs. Claus actually cursed with immortality, and there's a little area within the North Pole factory where just all the old Mrs. Clauses live together in some kind of retirement home, but they cannot die.
The Mrs. Claus has become one of those child-looking elves that are actually like
thousands. Oh God!
It becomes better.
You guys are. Oh, this is getting darker and darker. I love it.
Okay. Yes. So, I mean, it's also contrived. They kind of go hand in hand, but like, but what are your guys' things? What's a family movie that you're like, man, when you think about it, not really a family movie, is it?
Oh,
it can easily be spun into something disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, this is a great question. It's probably the wrong person to ask. And here it's double said, because I know that I have talked and thought about examples in the past where I'm like, yeah, if you start thinking about it, this is really fucked up. Probably even in this very voice that I just did. But I can't remember any, because my memory sucks. Do I see something around me? As always, looking for inspiration around me, but this thing doesn't change enough.
Well, Jer, stall for him. What's one for you?
Oh, I have one actually.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, but Jer, if you have one, no. Please go. Then okay.
Go for it.
Fun fact: it was looking around and remembering what used to be behind me at about here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Ladybug. Marinette is a fucking deranged stalker. This woman is like, oh, you don't know the show, Jer?
No, I don't know that much about the show.
Let me quickly give you an elevator pitch of this charmingly dorky protagonist who has literally the background of her computer screen is just pictures of this boy she has a crush on as a collage. In her room, she has an entire board with information about him. She has literally memorized his entire schedule and knows all the things he does and likes. And yet she doesn't know anything about his personality, because when he is Cat Noir and he is his actual true personality, she can't stand him. But yeah, this messed up and it still gets treated like her stalky, messy behavior gets treated by the show as just charming, and all her friends are like, oh, come on, Marinette, confess to Adrian, come on, girl. It gets treated as this charming, fun little quirk that she has. And she goes through no growth. She goes through no character growth. The one time it apparently happened that she was going over her obsession, because let's call it what it is, over her obsession with Adrian and hook up with another guy, was when the actual creator of the show was out for a while. And the moment he came back, he completely retconned everything and broke them up and put her back on her super stalky behavior from the beginning of season 1.
My God, I did not know that the show was gonna be like that. I knew that there was like some kind of weird relationship between the main character and like the male protagonist. I didn't know it was like that though. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of, and also everyone in the school knows about the relationship except for Adrian. So, and
Oh
they
my
all
gosh.
encourage Marinette to finally ask him, and it's just like, what the? You are enabling a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Marinette's
Ugh.
one bad day away from just being Kathy Bates' character in Misery. Like I
Yeah.
fully believe this.
Yeah, it's like she's gonna ask about, he rejects her, and then all of a sudden she turns into a yandere.
Oh,
Basically.
I fully believe this. That's the moment Marinette gets akumatized. Like there
Yeah.
you go. But yeah,
Okay,
that
Jer.
one's pretty bad. Yeah,
Oh.
what about you, Jer?
I will say that I don't think mine is gonna be able to top that because that's good. But one thing that always stood out for me as like super weird is and it's not so much a family friendly movie, but
Mhm.
it's based off of very R-rated horror series of Alien and Predator. The movie Alien versus Predator, like the original movies were like rated R. They were very hard, very graphic, very gory. For whatever reason, Alien versus Predator was only PG-13, meaning that anyone that had parental approval could still watch it if they were not 13. And the only thing that changed was by changing the gore to be green. And they made it a Christmas movie. And I don't understand, like, there's like actual fighting, there's like decapitation, there's slashes, there's everything you would expect with a typical horror movie. But nah, they just decide to put Nickelodeon's slime in the movie, and all of a sudden it's family friendly. I just don't understand why.
Well, it's like how Samurai Jack got away with so much murder in its first
Yeah,
4
because they're
seasons. They're
robots.
robots. It's all oil. It's all oil. Even though there's some characters who most certainly are not robots.
Yeah, no.
Or if they are
Definitely not.
robots, they are still sentient.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like when he slashes off the head, you see the little spouts going out, and then a little waterfall of oil just to spew it out. Oh, that looks so
You
cool.
know what
Animation
that is.
is awesome. It's still messed up.
Oh, okay. I got one. Originally, I was just going to talk about Blank Check from 1994 because that movie's so fucked up. But I'm going to talk about the Powerpuff Girls movie because I rewatched it recently. Holy shit, that movie is much darker than it had any right to be. I mean, I love the movie. But, like, the whole thing that the professor made the kids because Townsville was just so shitty that he wanted a little bit of love in his life. Because that's the thing. If you rewatch the Powerpuff Girls movie, the opening is just the professor going to get groceries and getting robbed. Like, he gets robbed. There's crime in the streets everywhere. Not even super villainy crimes. The worst is the Gangrene Gang. And just to be real, the Gangrene Gang's just a bunch of, like, I will get a switchblade on you, give me your money people. Like, it's not like whimsical at all. He made it because he was just a sad man who wanted love in his life. And then everyone's racist towards the Powerpuff Girls. They call them bug-eyed freaks, and like the entire world ostracizes them for being different to the point that they go sit on an asteroid, and the town only really loves them and accepts them because they saved the day. Then you realize everything in the Powerpuff Girls, like the town only the love that the town has for the Powerpuff Girls is completely conditional.
Lovely.
Holy
That
shit!
sucks. Wow.
Like the realization of that is just like, wow. Craig McCracken
Yep.
shouldn't apologize for how dark the movie was. It's epic.
It
It's
is
also
awesome.
just really sad. I mean, the
Jeez.
other fact that that Mojo Jojo was apparently the professor's assistant who just got cast aside after the Powerpuff Girls were born, which happened in the show. It's just like, wow, that's also this show's sad.
That's
Why
really
is this show
sad.
so sad? But yeah, so the Powerpuff Girls movie is mine. Is like, this is a family movie. Ha!
Dang.
That's your lesson, kids. All love is conditional, except for. But yeah,
Well
yeah,
Either
then.
save the day or you don't get love.
exactly. But
Jeez.
now it's time for the FMK.
Exactly.
The truest of conditional love, because most of the marry and fuck answers are not out of love.
Also that.
Okay. Oh god, Nick, but this is a weird one.
It
Okay,
is.
sure.
It has layers.
All right, let me ask a question first to you guys. What's your second favorite season of the year? So you pick, so you know, between summer, winter, fall, and spring. What's your second place, not your first place? Here's the thing. I'm asking this now because it's very possible some of us will have the same answer. So
I would probably have to say it's like a toss-up between spring and summer, but it's only because California spring is just heat. It's just hot. There's no avoiding it. No matter what kind of AC you have, it's just hot.
okay.
And I
So
don't like that.
We're gonna say spring for you. What about you, Max?
Yeah.
Why did it have to be second favorite?
And even
Why?
if, though, I am not even sure. This is a question in and of itself. What is your what is your second favorite season and why? So that's already a question before
I'm just
that.
gonna go with Odie's. I'm just gonna go with Odie's. Spring, summer, and fall because
No winter.
who's picking winter?
It's
I
up
like
there.
winter.
I like winter too.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay.
I like cold.
Fine. We're gonna do spring, summer, winter. It's because fucking
I mean,
Enigma's FFK was what?
Now maybe you
What?
could also go with spring, summer, and fall because we like winter too much. So
Yeah.
I guess that's true. And I would automatically pick winter as my Mary because Christmas.
see,
Uh,
let's exclude winter.
so spring, summer, fall. No, winter gets to be all alone. I said first or second. No, it says second. Oh, JerBear's
Ooh.
favorite or second favorite. That makes no sense.
Anyways, we have now three. We have now
All
three.
right,
That's
so
important
it's
part.
hot and sweltering here for me. So I'm just gonna go through my usual FMK spiel and just throw it out there. Fuck, marry, kill. Favorite seasons: spring, summer, and fall.
Okie dokie. Guess
So
goes
Jer,
first.
let's go first.
All right. I am going to marry fall because I love like the tree coloring, like how the colors always change. I just think it's like a really beautiful thing.
Marrying based off looks. Good.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh wait. No, sorry. No, you just changed my mind now. I'm going to fuck fall.
Fucking for looks.
Fucking-
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be fucking fall. I'm going to marry summer.
You like this little crunch of dry leaves when fucking? I get you.
I like a little bit of audio with my
Pumpkin spice fucking.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're gonna marry summer.
I'm gonna marry summer only because there are so many different activities that we would be able to do. I feel like I'd be able to enjoy my time with summer. And I'm going to kill spring because I don't know. I just don't like spring. I think it's really.
It was a contender for your second favorite earlier, but please continue
No,
explaining.
I meant that as summer because I don't like how hot it is in the spring. Like, specifically early spring. I don't do well with heat. I don't like it when I have, like, my lights on and I can see the sweat going down my face when I have my AC on.
You just
I don't like
married
spring.
Summer.
Summer, you can do a lot of stuff with it. It can still be
summer
cool.
is usually when things are open that can cool you down. There's a lot of water parks that are not open in the spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, is summer not warmer where you're living than spring?
No, spring is much warmer.
What?
Yeah.
No, summer is
West
like.
Coast is weird.
Yeah.
We start getting our major heat waves in May. So
yeah.
Well, we got answer. So fucking autumn because it's she pretty. Marrying summer because fun stuff, and murdering spring because she's too hot for you. Got you.
And so you went last episode, so
I
it's
may.
your turn.
Oh, I can decide which direction to turn the entire thing.
Yes. Sadly, you took away the killing spring answer from Jer. Because killing spring would have been easy for Max, because he could have said that he's killing every single one of his allergies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But then again, I have more allergies in summer. I have more allergies in summer, which is the rotation I wanted to go with anyways, because I didn't want to kill fall. I like fall. Fall is wind, and you can wear... In fall, you can... If it's not too rainy, you can wear the nice clothes without sweating too much. So... no. So yeah, marrying fall because we're on the same. We understand each other. It's like a little bit, not too much heat, not too lively, but also not too cold. It's just like nice in between. And with unlike spring, less pollen flying around. So no, autumn is a keeper. Autumn is a keeper. Marrying autumn. Killing summer because it's too hot, and my worst allergies are happening around this time of year, like with ray and grasses. So it's a matter of self-preservation. It's summer or me. So summer had to go, very obvious. And this means I'm fucking spring. I mean, come on, guys. Do I need to explain why spring and fucking belong together? Do I need to go into detail? I mean, anybody just open up any biology book, start watching any animal in spring, and you will get me. Keith, what are your answers?
Sorry, I need a second to recover from that. Okay, so let me think.
Believe me, I have ferrets. Spring is a thing. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, poor... Which one was the one who got snipped rocket?
Yeah, Himbo.
Himbo got the snip. So, okay. God, what does this leave me? So, that means I'm killing fall, right? You know what? I'm gonna kill fall because people who like fall and make their entire personalities based around autumn and the holidays in autumn are the most insufferable people I've ever met. We get it. You like Halloween and pumpkin spice lattes. There has to be more about you. Like, my god.
Why do automatically pop names into mind?
Like, I'm sorry. People who make Halloween their whole personality, and thus they constantly shit on Christmas because Halloween is so much of their personality. It's just like, oh, I hate Christmas. I only love Halloween. Halloween's my Christmas. It's just like, I don't like you. You are insufferable, and you probably talk over people at dinner.
There's a very specific person she's thinking of right now. But yeah, you murder Autumn to make this person unhappy.
Yes, exactly. And then that means I'm fucking summer. I mean, they're hot. There you go.
Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah.
Summer is the season where I'm going to take a page out of Jer's. It's when all the stuff happens, you know? Like, there's like Coachella and conventions and beaches and water parks. There's a whole variety.
So you want to fuck at water parks, you want to fuck at conventions, you want
to... There are many public opportunities to fuck.
Exactly. I mean, what a more exhilarating... Like, if you're gonna fuck a season, you should just assume you're fucking in public, because a season's... Like, I don't know how that affects your guys' answers, but yeah. Oh, is there a ferret?
Oh, wow. He looks at me, and moves on. Like, ice cold. Look at me.
You're ready to give some love.
Looking me dead in my eyes and be like, no motherfucker.
No.
I'm not having... He probably knows that when he gets picked up, he's going to see the ring light.
Yeah, that's a fair point. The ring light is pretty painful.
Like, I'm not getting exploited for your audience, Father.
I already exploited my nephew.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, you still have to explain to us why spring is the superior spouse.
Okay. Here's the thing. Spring is technically a supervillain. Let me explain.
So kind of a money digger answer in the building up here. I see. Please,
all
continue.
Right. Shh. Let me explain. So spring is technically a supervillain. Because yes, they say that they bring life, it's mating season, all that stuff. But you know what that means? Overpopulation. Are you
Oh,
you're not
wait. Sorry, I just realized that the garden door is still open and they both are tick, 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 tick. They probably smell the fresh air.
but no,
Yeah.
they that means overpopulation. They bring the birth of flowers and new plants. You know what that means? Allergies. Spring is a supervillain. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna marry them and then have them do my bidding. I'm gonna be the true puppet master.
Oh no, it comes full circle.
Oh my gosh.
You are JerBear's cat, but for spring.
Exactly. I am going to have spring give people who I don't like or who piss me off their allergies early.
And in hindsight, it
That's
explains
mean, but
so
that's
much.
cool.
I suddenly know where my allergies come from.
And then I can also, if spring is the season where it gets too hot in certain places, well, maybe some places get hotter. I am the reason of your pain. That is
Oh
my
my
that is
gosh.
yes, spring is the supervillain, and behind every villain is a villainess.
The fact that all that kind of fits together and explains a lot is a little bit awkward.
Kind of concerning.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random crap. It's time for awkward guests.
It's the awkward.
Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests.
It's the awkward.
Artwork and analysis,
Whoa, whoa,
which you do not want to miss on awkward.